Number 1. This 1940 Chevrolet Business Coupe, currently listed at $32,500 in Rising Sun, Indiana, is a beautifully restored pre-war Chevrolet that blends classic styling with reliable mechanical upgrades, making it an appealing choice for enthusiasts who want a vintage cruiser that is ready to enjoy immediately. According to the seller, this coupe underwent a full frame-off restoration, a process that involves completely disassembling the vehicle and rebuilding it from the ground up. The seller notes that the restoration was completed by his father, who reportedly invested significant time, effort, and resources into the project. Every detail was addressed, including new suspension components, new brakes, and the replacement of virtually every nut, bolt, and fastener throughout the car. In my opinion, one of the most attractive aspects of this Chevrolet is that it appears to have been restored with long-term ownership in mind, rather than simply being prepared for resale. Vehicles built by dedicated enthusiasts often receive a higher level of attention to detail because the goal is personal enjoyment rather than maximizing profit. The drivetrain comes from 1973 Chevrolet Nova and includes a 305 cubic inch V8 engine equipped with a mild camshaft, paired with a TH350 automatic transmission and matching rear end. This combination is widely known for its reliability, affordability, and ease of maintenance. While it may not be an extreme performance setup, it provides more than enough power for comfortable cruising and regular driving. The car is also equipped with vintage air climate control, which the seller describes as ice cold. In my opinion, this is one of the best upgrades a classic cruiser can have, especially for owners who plan to drive their vehicles during warmer months. Modern air conditioning dramatically improves comfort without significantly altering the vehicle's classic appearance. Additional features include a custom interior, updated wheels and tires, new battery, and recently replaced spark plugs and ignition wires. The seller also notes that the vehicle retains manual steering and manual brakes, preserving some of the traditional driving feel associated with classic cars from this era. What further adds to this coupe's appeal is its show history. According to the listing, the car has earned awards at both the Cavalcade of Customs and the Carl Casper Custom Auto Show in Louisville. Recognition at established events like these often indicates a restoration that has been appreciated by judges and fellow enthusiasts alike. Personally, I think the 1940 Chevrolet Business Coupe is one of the most elegant American designs of the pre-war era. Its flowing fenders, streamlined body lines, and distinctive front-end styling give it a timeless look that still stands out more than 8 decades after it was built. Combined with a proven small-block Chevrolet drivetrain and a meticulous frame-off restoration, this example strikes a nice balance between originality, reliability, and usability. For buyers looking for a classic coupe that can be shown, driven, and enjoyed without requiring additional restoration work, this 1940 Chevrolet appears to be a very compelling package. At $32,500, it offers award-winning presentation, modern comfort upgrades, and the kind of craftsmanship that reflects years of careful attention and dedication. Number 2. In my opinion, this 1951 Chevrolet Styleline Deluxe Coupe, currently listed at $14,500 in Vicksburg, Michigan, is an attractive entry-level classic that combines the timeless styling of early 1950s Chevrolet design with the practicality and reliability of a modernized V8 drivetrain. Rather than being a factory-correct restoration, this appears to be a driver-focused cruiser built to be enjoyed on the road, without sacrificing the vintage character that makes these cars so appealing. According to the seller, the car is powered by a 350 Chevrolet V8 engine paired with a turbo 350 automatic transmission. This is one of the most proven combinations in the classic car hobby, known for its durability, affordability, and ease of maintenance. In my view, this drivetrain upgrade significantly enhances the usability of the vehicle compared to its original setup, making it more suitable for modern traffic conditions and longer weekend drives. The seller states that the car starts easily, runs well, and drives great, which are encouraging signs for a vehicle that is now more than 75 years old. Additionally, all lights and turn signals are reported to be functioning properly, indicating that attention has been paid to basic roadworthiness and safety. While these may seem like small details, they can make a significant difference when evaluating an older classic. From my perspective, one of the strongest qualities of this Styleline Deluxe is its role as a weekend cruiser. The sleek coupe body style is widely regarded as one of Chevrolet's most attractive post-war designs, featuring smooth lines, a long roofline, and a distinctive profile that continues to draw attention at local car shows and cruise nights. Finished in blue with a black interior, this example likely delivers a classic look without being overly flashy. The seller also notes that books and parts catalogs are included with the sale. While this may not dramatically affect value, it is a nice bonus for enthusiasts who enjoy maintaining and learning about their vehicles. Documentation and reference materials can often make ownership easier, especially for classic cars that require occasional maintenance and part sourcing. At its current asking price, I believe this Chevrolet occupies an appealing position in the market. It offers V8 power, automatic transmission, a clean title, and reportedly solid driving characteristics without entering the higher price ranges often associated with fully restored show cars. That makes it particularly attractive for buyers who want a classic vehicle they can enjoy immediately rather than spend years restoring. Overall, I believe this 1951 Chevrolet Styleline Deluxe Coupe is a solid and honest classic cruiser. Its combination of iconic styling, dependable Chevrolet V8 power, and driver-friendly upgrades makes it an appealing option for enthusiasts looking for a vintage car that can be enjoyed regularly while still delivering the nostalgia and presence of a true early 1950s American coupe. Number 3. This 1940 Packard 120 sedan, currently listed at $24,500 in Altoona, Pennsylvania, is a beautifully restored pre-war luxury automobile that showcases why Packard was considered one of America's premier luxury car manufacturers before World War II. According to the seller, the vehicle has undergone a comprehensive body-on restoration and has been extensively rebuilt both mechanically and cosmetically, making it a highly attractive option for collectors and touring enthusiasts alike. Under the hood is Packard's legendary 282 cubic inch inline-8 engine, paired with a 3-speed manual transmission. In my opinion, one of the strongest selling points of this car is its original straight-8 power plant. These engines earned a reputation for exceptional smoothness, durability, and reliability, qualities that helped establish Packard as one of the most respected luxury brands of its era. The seller states that the engine, brakes, suspension, electrical system, and tires have all been rebuilt or replaced during the restoration process. As a result, the car reportedly starts immediately, runs smoothly, handles properly, and stops as it should. For a vehicle that is now more than 85 years old, that level of mechanical refurbishment is a significant advantage and could save a future owner considerable time and expense. Finished in elegant Wilshire green, this Packard presents the kind of styling that defined American luxury before the war. The long hood, graceful fenders, and refined proportions give the car a level of presence that is difficult to find in modern vehicles. Personally, I think the design remains timeless, offering a sophisticated appearance that stands apart from many other automobiles of the period. The interior is another major highlight. According to the seller, more than $10,000 was invested in restoring the cabin, resulting in a beautifully finished tan interior that complements the exterior color perfectly. Combined with restored chrome and trim throughout the vehicle, the overall presentation suggests a car that was restored with attention to both authenticity and visual appeal. What stands out to me most is the value proposition. Packages of this quality often require substantial investment to restore properly, and the seller notes that the asking price is only a fraction of the restoration cost. While buyers should always inspect a vehicle in person, that claim makes this listing particularly interesting from a collector's perspective. Overall, if the seller's description accurately reflects the vehicle's condition, this 1940 Packard 120 sedan appears to be a well-sorted, fully restored pre-war luxury car that is ready to be driven and enjoyed. In my view, it offers an excellent combination of historical significance, elegant styling, proven reliability, and touring capability, making it a compelling choice for anyone looking to own a classic Packard without taking on a major restoration project. Number 4. This 1941 Chevrolet Classic, currently listed at $31,000 in Lexington, Kentucky, is a custom-built pre-war cruiser that combines timeless Chevrolet styling with a more modern drivetrain, creating a vehicle that is designed to be enjoyed on today's roads rather than preserved strictly as a museum piece. According to the seller, the car is powered by a Chevrolet 350 cubic inch V8 engine paired with a turbo 350 automatic transmission. This is one of the most popular combinations in the classic car world due to its reputation for reliability, simplicity, and readily available replacement parts. For many enthusiasts, this setup offers the perfect balance between classic appearance and modern usability. In my opinion, one of the strongest selling points of this Chevrolet is its focus on drivability. Many pre-war cars can feel intimidating to drive because of their original mechanical systems, but the addition of a small block Chevy V8 and automatic transmission makes this vehicle much more approachable for someone who simply wants to get in, turn the key, and enjoy the ride. The seller also notes that the car is equipped with air conditioning, which is a highly desirable feature in classic vehicles. In my view, this upgrade can make a significant difference, especially for owners who plan to attend summer car shows, cruise nights, or longer road trips. Modern comfort features like air conditioning often determine whether a classic car gets driven regularly or spends most of its time parked in a garage. The exterior is finished in red with a black interior, a combination that has long been popular among hot rod and custom car enthusiasts. The bright red paint complements the flowing fenders and distinctive front-end styling of the 1941 Chevrolet, helping the car stand out while still respecting its vintage roots. Another detail worth noting is the reported mileage of approximately 1,234 miles. While it is unclear whether this represents actual mileage or mileage since the build was completed, the relatively low number may indicate limited use following restoration or modification work. Personally, I think the appeal of this car lies in its simplicity. It doesn't appear to be an over-the-top show build loaded with extreme modifications. Instead, it seems to be a straightforward, well-thought-out cruiser that focuses on reliability, comfort, and classic style. For many collectors, that's exactly what makes a car enjoyable to own. Overall, if the vehicle performs as described, this 1941 Chevrolet Classic appears to be a clean and practical restomod that offers vintage pre-war styling, dependable V8 power, automatic transmission convenience, and air-conditioned comfort. It is the kind of classic that can be enjoyed regularly on weekend drives, local events, and summer cruising adventures. Number 5. This 1949 Plymouth Deluxe Business Coupe, currently listed at $13,500 in Lincolnton, North Carolina, is a well-preserved post-war American classic that appears to have survived the decades with much of its original character intact, making it an appealing option for enthusiasts who appreciate authenticity over extensive modification. In my opinion, what immediately makes this car stand out is its rare business coupe configuration. Unlike standard coupes of the era, business coupes were designed without a rear seat, replacing passenger space with a larger cargo area for traveling salesmen and business owners. Today, that unique design gives the car a distinctive profile and makes it considerably less common than its more traditional counterparts. According to the seller, this Plymouth shows just 68,000 original miles and is being presented as a survivor rather than a restoration project. From my perspective, that's one of the most attractive aspects of the car. Many classics from this era have undergone multiple restorations, modifications, or drivetrain swaps over the years, but survivor cars often tell a more authentic story of American automotive history. Power comes from Plymouth's legendary flathead six-cylinder engine paired with a manual transmission. While this combination won't deliver modern performance numbers, it was known for durability, reliability, and smooth operation. In my view, the Flathead 6 is part of the charm of owning a late 1940s Plymouth, offering a driving experience that feels genuinely connected to the period. The seller describes the body as clean and straight, with a well-kept interior and a clean title. Those details are particularly important because bodywork and interior restoration can quickly become some of the most expensive aspects of classic car ownership. A solid, presentable car allows the next owner to focus on enjoying the vehicle rather than immediately investing in major repairs. Another detail I find encouraging is the seller's description of the car as a driver-quality classic. That generally suggests a vehicle that can be driven and enjoyed right away rather than sitting in a garage awaiting restoration. For many collectors, that balance between preservation and usability is exactly what makes a classic car enjoyable to own. Overall, I think this 1949 Plymouth Deluxe Business Coupe represents an attractive opportunity for someone seeking a largely original post-war American classic with a unique body style and documented low mileage. At $13,500, it offers a combination of rarity, historical character, and usability that can be difficult to find in today's collector car market. For enthusiasts who appreciate survivor vehicles and the simplicity of flathead-powered classics, this Plymouth could be a particularly rewarding addition to a collection. Number 6. This 1935 Ford 5-window coupe, currently listed at $32,500 in Chelsea, Michigan, is a traditional hot rod that stays true to the roots of early American performance culture, combining a legendary flathead V8 with period-correct speed equipment and a modern transmission upgrade that makes it far more enjoyable on today's roads. According to the seller, the car is powered by a flathead V8 engine equipped with Offenhauser cylinder heads and an Offenhauser tri-power intake, topped with 3 Stromberg 97 carburetors. For hot rod enthusiasts, those names carry significant weight. During the golden age of hot rodding in the 1940s and 1950s, Offenhauser and Stromberg components were among the most sought-after performance upgrades available for flathead-powered Fords. In my opinion, this is exactly the kind of build that captures the spirit of a traditional hot rod. Rather than relying on a modern crate engine or electronic fuel injection, the builder chose to preserve the character of the original flathead while enhancing its performance with vintage speed parts that would have been admired decades ago. The result is a car that feels authentic to the era that inspired it. One of the most practical upgrades is the addition of a T5 manual transmission. While the flathead V8 provides the classic sound and feel that enthusiasts love, the T5 offers improved gearing and better highway manners compared to the original transmission. This means the car can be enjoyed on longer drives without sacrificing the vintage driving experience. The braking system has also been upgraded with front disc brakes while retaining rear drum brakes. In my opinion, this is a smart compromise between safety and tradition. The front discs provide improved stopping power and confidence in modern traffic, while the rear drums help preserve some of the classic mechanical character of the vehicle. Finished in burgundy, the coupe embodies one of the most recognizable body styles ever produced by Ford. The 1935 Ford 5-window coupe occupies a special place in hot rod history because it offers a perfect blend of elegant pre-war styling and performance potential. Its flowing fenders, sloping roofline, and compact proportions continue to make it a favorite among collectors and builders. The seller describes the car as super clean, and with only 333 miles showing since its current build configuration, it appears to have seen very limited use. That could be particularly attractive for buyers looking for a freshly sorted classic that is ready to enjoy immediately. Personally, I think cars like this represent the heart of traditional hot rodding. It is not a high-tech restomod loaded with modern electronics, nor is it a museum piece that is too valuable to drive. Instead, it strikes a balance between vintage authenticity and real-world usability. The flathead V8, tri-power setup, manual transmission, and classic Ford styling all come together to create a vehicle that delivers a driving experience that modern cars simply cannot replicate. For enthusiasts seeking a genuine traditional hot rod with the right combination of history, character, and drivability, this 1935 Ford 5-window coupe appears to be a very appealing package. At $32,500, it offers iconic styling, desirable period performance parts, and the timeless appeal that has made flathead-powered Fords legends in the automotive world. Number 7. In my opinion, this 1940 Chevrolet Master Deluxe, currently listed at $7,400 in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, is one of the more affordable opportunities to get into the pre-war classic car hobby. While it is not a fully restored show car, it appears to be a solid, running, and driving example that offers plenty of vintage character at a price point that is becoming increasingly difficult to find in today's collector car market. According to the seller, the car is powered by its inline six-cylinder engine paired with the traditional three-on-the-tree manual transmission. For many enthusiasts, this drivetrain combination is part of the appeal as it delivers an authentic driving experience that reflects how American automobiles were operated during the late 1930s and early 1940s. Unlike heavily modified street rods, this Chevrolet appears to retain much of its original personality. From my perspective, one of the strongest selling points is that the vehicle is described as solid, runs great, and features a nice interior. Those three factors alone can save a future owner a significant amount of money and effort, especially considering the cost of restoring pre-war vehicles today. The seller also notes that the car carries a clean title and has no significant damage or known problems, which further supports its reputation as a usable driver rather than a stalled restoration project. Visually, the black matte finish gives the car a slightly different appearance from a traditional factory restoration. While some collectors may prefer original paint colors and finishes, others may appreciate the subtle custom look that the matte black exterior provides. Combined with the tan interior, the overall presentation likely gives the car a unique blend of vintage, styling, and mild hot rod influence. The 1940 Chevrolet Master Deluxe is also considered one of the more recognizable Chevrolet designs of the pre-war era. Its rounded fenders, distinctive grille, and flowing body lines represent a period when automotive styling was becoming more streamlined while still maintaining classic proportions. As a result, these cars continue to attract attention at local cruise nights, vintage car gatherings, and classic vehicle events. At an asking price of just $7,400, I believe this Chevrolet represents strong value for someone looking for an affordable entry into antique car ownership. While it may not be a Concours-level restoration, it appears to offer what many hobbyists are searching for, a complete, running, driving classic that can be enjoyed immediately while still leaving room for future improvements if desired. Overall, I believe this 1940 Chevrolet Master Deluxe is a budget-friendly pre-war classic with solid fundamentals, authentic character, and plenty of potential for an enthusiast who wants to experience vintage motoring without making a major financial commitment. Number 8. This 1941 Ford Super Deluxe, currently listed at $19,500 in Buffalo, South Carolina, is a largely original pre-war Ford that appears to have avoided the extensive modifications commonly seen on many surviving examples. According to the seller, the car remains unmolested and benefits from an older restoration that still presents very well today, making it an appealing option for enthusiasts who appreciate authenticity and period-correct character. Power comes from Ford's iconic flathead V8 engine, paired with a 3-speed manual transmission. In my opinion, the flathead V8 is one of the most historically significant engines in American automotive history, helping establish Ford's reputation for affordable performance while becoming a favorite among early hot rodders. The seller notes that the transmission shifts smoothly, which is an encouraging sign for a vehicle of this age. While the car has largely retained its original personality, a few practical upgrades have been added to improve reliability and usability. These include a conversion to a 12-volt electrical system and the installation of an electric fuel pump. In my view, these are sensible modifications because they enhance day-to-day dependability without significantly altering the vehicle's classic appearance or driving experience. The seller also reports that the interior and headliner remain in excellent condition, helping preserve the elegant atmosphere that made the Super Deluxe one of Ford's more upscale offerings during the early 1940s. Complementing the restored appearance are new Toyo radial tires fitted with wide white walls, which provide improved road manners while maintaining a period-correct look. One detail that stands out to me is the seller's honesty regarding the vehicle's needs. While the car reportedly drives very well and has good brakes, it is said to require a front-end alignment. I always appreciate when sellers openly mention minor issues because it provides a more realistic picture of the vehicle rather than presenting it as flawless. What I find particularly attractive about this Ford is that it seems to occupy a sweet spot between preservation and usability. It is not a heavily modified street rod, nor does it appear to be a fragile museum piece. Instead, it looks like a classic car that has been maintained carefully and upgraded just enough to remain enjoyable on modern roads. Overall, if the seller's description accurately reflects the vehicle's condition, this 1941 Ford Super Deluxe appears to be a solid, honest, and highly presentable classic. In my view, it offers vintage Ford styling, the legendary flathead V8 experience, and a level of originality that is becoming increasingly difficult to find, all at a price that may appeal to both seasoned collectors and first-time classic car enthusiasts. Number 9. This 1934 Ford three-window coupe, currently listed at $40,000 in Concord, North Carolina, is an unfinished but extremely promising hot rod build that combines one of the most desirable body styles in automotive history with a collection of premium aftermarket components. While the project is nearing completion, it still offers the next owner an opportunity to put their own finishing touches on a car that has already received substantial investment in both parts and craftsmanship. According to the seller, the vehicle has not yet been titled and remains in the final stages of construction. The remaining work includes completing the interior, finishing portions of the wiring, connecting the air conditioning and heating systems, installing radiator hoses, and fitting the windshield and rear window. Despite these remaining tasks, the foundation appears to be largely complete and built with quality components throughout. In my opinion, one of the biggest attractions of this car is the impressive parts list. The build starts with an Outlaw Performance body and fenders finished in Lexus Blue Pearl Tricoat paint from PPG. Although the seller notes a few cosmetic imperfections, the color choice appears to give the coupe a striking modern appearance while still respecting its classic 1930s lines. Underneath, the car rides on a TCI chassis equipped with four-wheel powered disc brakes, a Ford 9-inch rear axle, 4-link suspension, and coilover shocks. These are the kinds of upgrades that transform a vintage hot rod into a vehicle capable of handling modern roads with confidence. Personally, I think the chassis setup alone adds tremendous value because it provides the foundation for both performance and reliability. Power comes from a brand new Blueprint Engines small block Chevrolet V8 rated at approximately 394 horsepower. Combined with Holley Sniper 2 electronic fuel injection and a 700 R4 automatic transmission. This setup should deliver dependable performance along with the convenience of modern fuel management. In my view, the use of electronic fuel injection is a major advantage because it eliminates many of the tuning challenges commonly associated with traditional carbureted hot rods. Additional highlights include a Walker radiator, stainless steel fuel and brake lines, a stainless fuel tank with a high-pressure fuel pump, a CVF serpentine belt system, stainless dual exhaust, vintage air heating and air conditioning, power windows, leather seats, a tilt steering column, VDO gauges, a local shifter, and a quick wire wiring harness. These components indicate that the builder was focused on quality rather than simply completing the project at the lowest possible cost. Overall, if completed properly, this 1934 Ford three-window coupe has the potential to become a very high-quality street rod that combines legendary styling, modern performance, and premium construction. For someone looking to skip the expensive early stages of a custom build while still having the opportunity to personalize the final details, this project appears to offer a tremendous amount of value and potential. Number 10. This 1940 Ford Sedan, currently listed at $22,500 in Corydon, Tennessee, is a classic pre-war American V8 sedan that has been refreshed with several key mechanical and electrical upgrades while still retaining its original vintage character. In my opinion, what makes this car appealing is the balance between originality and usability. It still carries the iconic 1940 Ford body style and flathead V8 heritage, but has clearly been updated in the areas that matter most for reliability and safe road use. According to the seller, the flathead V8 runs great, which is a strong positive sign for an engine that is both historically significant and increasingly valued among classic car enthusiasts. The flathead V8 is known more for its cultural importance in early hot rod history than modern performance. but when properly maintained, it offers a smooth and enjoyable driving experience that matches the character of the car. From my perspective, one of the most important aspects of this listing is the list of recent mechanical updates. The vehicle has received a new gas tank, electric fuel pump, updated wiring, a refreshed braking system, new wheels and tires, upgraded shocks, and a 12-volt electrical conversion with a rebuilt alternator and starter. These are not minor improvements. They directly affect reliability, safety, and everyday drivability. The switch to a 12-volt system and the addition of LED taillights in particular suggest that this car has been thoughtfully modernized to function more reliably in modern traffic conditions while still maintaining its vintage appearance. In my view, this makes the car significantly more practical than a fully original 6-volt setup. The seller also emphasizes that the interior is in good condition and that the car is ready to be driven comfortably. That drive anywhere claim, while common in listings, is more believable here given the extent of mechanical and electrical updates that have already been completed. Finished in a classic black exterior with a gray interior, the car maintains a traditional and understated look that fits well with its era. The 1940 Ford Sedan design is widely regarded as one of the most elegant pre-war Ford body styles, with smooth lines that transitioned American automotive design into the 1940s. Overall, this 1940 Ford Sedan represents a well-sorted driver quality classic that blends historical authenticity with practical upgrades. At $22,500, it sits in the range of a usable vintage V8 sedan that can be enjoyed immediately, making it a solid option for enthusiasts who want the charm of a flathead Ford without the typical reliability concerns of a fully original setup. Number 11. This 1936 Chevrolet Sedan Street Rod, currently listed at $37,985 in Lexington, North Carolina, is a professionally built classic restomod that combines pre-war Chevrolet styling with modern V8 performance, custom fabrication work, and a documented high-cost restoration history. According to the seller, this vehicle has undergone a full frame-off restoration with over $60,000 in documented build receipts, along with build photos that verify the scope of the work performed. The car was also reportedly featured in Street Rod magazine with a multi-page spread, which typically indicates a high level of craftsmanship and attention to detail within the custom car community. In my opinion, one of the most notable aspects of this Chevrolet is the level of investment and documentation behind the build. Many classic cars are modified over time without clear records, but this example appears to have been carefully constructed and well documented from start to finish. The kind of transparency often adds confidence for buyers in the collector and restomod market. The drivetrain consists of a 383 cubic inch stroker V8 engine, producing approximately 425 horsepower, paired with a 350 automatic transmission and an 8-inch Ford rear end. This combination is widely respected in the hot rod world for offering a strong balance of performance, reliability, and parts availability. With this setup, the car is clearly built not just for show, but also for spirited driving. The body has also received significant customization, including a chopped roof performed by Resto Mods in Lexington. In my opinion, this type of modification is one of the defining characteristics of traditional street rods, giving the car a lower, more aggressive stance while enhancing its visual proportions. With only 1,475 miles driven since completion, the vehicle appears to be lightly used and likely maintained as a show-quality driver. The exterior is finished in blue with a gray interior, a classic color combination that suits the streamlined Art Deco-inspired design of the 1936 Chevrolet Sedan. Personally, I think this car represents a strong example of a well-executed traditional street rod. It retains the vintage character of the original 1930s Chevrolet design, while incorporating enough modern engineering to make it practical and enjoyable on today's roads. The combination of a high-horsepower stroker engine, documented build history, and magazine feature adds credibility and appeal for serious enthusiasts. For buyers seeking a proven, professionally built pre-war Chevrolet with both show history and strong performance credentials, this example stands out as a compelling option. At $37,985, it reflects a substantial investment in craftsmanship, parts, and customization that would be difficult to replicate at the asking price. Number 12. In my opinion, this 1938 Ford Standard, currently listed at $28,500 in Salt Rock, West Virginia, is a clean and well-executed traditional street rod build that combines classic pre-war Ford styling with reliable and widely used modern drivetrain and suspension upgrades. It is not an original restoration, but rather a purpose-built driver that focuses on usability, performance, and classic hot rod appeal. According to the seller, the car is described as having zero rust, which is one of the most important factors when evaluating a vintage Ford body. Steel-bodied pre-war Fords are highly desirable, but they're also extremely prone to rust, so a clean shell like this provides a strong foundation for quality build or long-term ownership. From my perspective, the mechanical setup is one of the strongest aspects of this vehicle. It is equipped with a Ford 302 V8 engine paired with a C4 automatic transmission, both of which are well known for reliability, affordability, and ease of maintenance. In addition, the car features a Mustang 2 front suspension setup and a Ford 9-inch rear end, which are widely respected upgrades in the street rod world for improving handling, braking geometry, and overall drivability. The seller notes that the vehicle runs these components together in a straightforward, proven configuration, which suggests that the build prioritizes functionality over complexity. In my view, that makes it particularly appealing to buyers who want a classic-looking car that can be driven regularly without constant mechanical concern. Visually, the car is described with a blue exterior and red interior, a bold and classic hot rod color combination that fits well with the era's custom car culture. The 1938 Ford Standard body itself carries the streamlined Art Deco styling typical of late 1930s Ford design, with smooth curves and a more refined appearance compared to earlier boxier models. The reported mileage of 25,396 likely reflects usage since the build or restoration rather than original historical mileage, which is common for modified classics. The inclusion of an automatic transmission further reinforces that this vehicle is intended for relaxed cruising rather than manual driving engagement. Overall, I believe this 1938 Ford Standard represents a solid and practical street rod package. With its rust-free body, proven V8 drivetrain, Mustang 2 suspension, and Ford 9-inch rear end, it offers a well-balanced combination of classic styling and modern drivability. For someone looking for a ready-to-drive, pre-war Ford hot rod without taking on a project build, this appears to be a strong and straightforward option at its current asking price. Number 13. This 1941 Ford Sedan Tudor, currently listed at $8,000 in Easton, Maryland, is a pre-war American classic that is being offered as a restoration project with solid potential for a future build. According to the seller, the vehicle is a Tudor model that currently requires some TLC and a new battery, but the engine does run. In my opinion, this is an important starting point for any restoration project, because a running engine often saves significant time and cost compared to a completely non-running vehicle. The listing suggests that the car is largely in original or untouched condition, with the main focus now being restoration and refurbishment. Vehicles in this category are often attractive to hobbyists who enjoy bringing classic cars back to life rather than purchasing fully restored examples. From a practical standpoint, the automatic transmission and basic running condition make it somewhat easier to evaluate mechanically, even in its current project state. However, as with most restoration candidates, a full inspection would still be necessary to assess braking, suspension, electrical systems, and overall structural integrity before any major investment is made. What stands out to me is the price point. At $8,000, this Ford sits in the more accessible range for pre-war vehicles, which can be appealing to buyers looking to enter the classic car hobby without committing to a high-cost finished build. However, that lower price also typically reflects the amount of work still required to make the vehicle roadworthy and reliable. In my view, this type of car is best suited for someone who either enjoys hands-on restoration work or is planning a long-term project. While it may not be ready for immediate cruising or shows, it offers a foundation with historical value and classic Ford styling that could be developed over time. Overall, if the seller's description is accurate, this 1941 Ford Tudor sedan represents a budget-friendly restoration opportunity. It offers vintage pre-war character, a running engine, and a starting point for a full rebuild, making it a potential project car for enthusiasts willing to invest time, effort, and resources into bringing it back to its former condition. Number 14. This 1951 Chevrolet Styleline Deluxe Bel Air hardtop, currently listed at $27,000 in Oak Ridge, Tennessee, is a well-built restomod that blends early 1950s Chevrolet styling with significantly upgraded mechanical components and modern drivability enhancements. According to the seller, the vehicle is powered by a crate 350 cubic inch V8 engine paired with a Muncie M 24-speed manual transmission. This combination is widely respected among classic car enthusiasts for its durability and strong performance, offering a more engaging driving experience compared to the original factory drivetrain. In my opinion, one of the strongest aspects of this build is the balance between classic appearance and modern usability. The Mustang 2 front suspension with disc brakes greatly improves handling, steering response, and stopping power, making the car feel much more controlled and safe on today's roads compared to its original setup. The drivetrain is further supported by a Posey 10-bolt rear end, which helps improve traction and reliability under acceleration. Together with a manual transmission, this setup gives the car a more performance-oriented character while still maintaining its vintage identity. Visually, the car is finished in a dark blue exterior with a matching blue interior, creating a clean and unified color scheme that suits the smooth, rounded body lines of the early 1950s Chevrolet design. In my view, the powder-coated original wheels paired with new white-wall radial tires are a nice touch, as they preserve the classic look while improving ride quality and road safety. The listing also indicates that the car is in good condition and ready to drive, with no indication that it requires major work. Additionally, the seller is open to trade offers for pre-war cars or 1950s convertibles, suggesting this vehicle may appeal to a niche enthusiast market focused on classic American styling. Overall, if the build quality matches the description, this 1951 Chevrolet Styleline Deluxe Bel Air hardtop appears to be a solid and enjoyable restomod that offers strong V8 performance, manual transmission engagement, upgraded suspension, and classic styling. It is the kind of car that bridges the gap between vintage aesthetics and modern driving comfort, making it suitable for both cruising and enthusiast ownership. Number 15. This 1954 Chevrolet Bel Air, currently listed at $1,800 in Boonville, Mississippi, is an early Tri-5 era American classic being offered as a budget-friendly project car with solid bones and strong restoration potential. In my opinion, what makes this listing interesting is the combination of its completeness and its honesty. While it is clearly not a running, ready-to-drive vehicle, it is also not described as heavily rusted or structurally destroyed. Instead, the seller emphasizes that the car is very solid and retains its original patina, which is often an appealing starting point for builders who want to preserve a more authentic aged look. According to the listing, the vehicle is equipped with its original 235 cubic inch inline-six engine paired with a 3-speed manual transmission. The seller notes that the motor turns freely and that the car was running not many years ago. From a practical standpoint, this suggests that the drivetrain may still be salvageable with basic mechanical work, rather than requiring a full engine replacement. One of the more encouraging details is that the car comes with all trim pieces included. In the world of classic car restoration, missing trim and exterior components can become expensive and difficult to source, so having these parts on hand significantly improves the overall value and feasibility of a restoration project. The seller also mentions that the tires hold air, that the body is not rusted out, which in my view indicates that the car may have a structurally usable foundation. However, like many vehicles of this age, it would still require a full mechanical inspection and likely a comprehensive restoration of systems such as brakes, fuel delivery, and electrical components before being roadworthy again. An additional point of note is the mention of title documentation. The seller states that a bill of sale is included and that they can assist in obtaining a title for an additional fee, depending on the buyer's location. From a practical perspective, title clarity is a critical factor in classic car purchases, so buyers would need to carefully verify the legal process before proceeding. The listing also includes a very high reported mileage of 1 million miles, which is clearly not realistic in a literal sense, but may simply be a placeholder or error in the listing system. Regardless, it does not appear to be a major factor given the car's age and project status. Overall, this 1954 Chevrolet Bel Air represents a low-cost entry point into one of the most iconic American classic car platforms. At $1,800, it is not a driver-quality vehicle, but rather a solid foundation for a full restoration or custom build. For someone willing to invest time, effort, and resources, it offers classic styling, original drivetrain components, and a structurally promising base to bring a piece of mid-century American automotive history back to life.